Over the past 10 years, some foods have been outright banned in schools. Think of peanut butter or even almonds. But is that really the right approach?
We had a study looking at peanut-free schools and schools that do not limit peanut, and actually we've seen more reactions by accident at the peanut-free schools. I think that it might create a false sense of security. Adults will be less aware of the need to treat promptly.
Ben Shoshan says governments should create policy to ensure that teachers and staff have the proper training in case a child has an allergic reaction, and wants them to be more mindful of their responsibility to recognize the signs.
The schools, they do their best. They have a lot on their shoulders. That's why we're proposing them to get some help.
Allergy Quebec, an association that promotes food safety, wants the government to legislate guidelines to help protect children with food allergies. There are currently 75,000 children with food allergies across the province. Allergy Quebec says there are 9 foods that can trigger anaphylactic shock. These comprise of almost 90% of all food allergies. But it's not always so obvious.
Who is going to make sure there's no egg sandwich or eggs in the muffins, or eggs are pretty much everywhere. So it's pretty impossible to ban one food at a time. And this puts a lot on the shoulders of the teacher.
Quebec is the only province that currently has no legislation or guidelines. The English Montreal School Board says they would support legislation, but they're following the current guide from Allergy Quebec, available to school boards. But every school is on its own. It's up to the schools to decide how to manage food allergens. One of the last provinces to legislate was Ontario. They introduced a law requiring every school board establish and maintain an anaphylaxis policy.
It works. There's no more ban, and there's no incident that have been reported in the last 10 years that implicated a kid.
Allergy Quebec hopes the province follows in Ontario's footsteps.